Hey there, SpeedGaming fans. Time for the match you've been waiting to see. Tonight we have Super Metroid Randomizer Multi-Category Tournament 2022 playoff match. Here we have the number 2 seed cemo against the number 15 seed Kevnastics. And the format of playoffs is the higher seed has the option of choosing the settings for the first match. And cemo uh, chose to give us a Chozo light area boss shuffle seed from week 6. That's what we're gonna be seeing. My name is Osseo101. We're gonna have the Hockey Towner on tracking, and then, with me is Glove. Excited for this, Glove?
I am really excited for this. Cemo and Kevnastics, they're both great runners, great friends. Um, as you mentioned, it is the 2 seed versus the 15 seed match, but honestly, there is not a single free win in this playoff scenario. So, even if it means we're going to be here for a while, I'm definitely gunning for a game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, 2 versus 15 seems like a lot, but the difference is just that 1 win, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, equally skilled, more or less.
Yeah, and definitely both of these runners are fairly new to the scene. I guess there's not much longer I can keep saying that, but they joined around 2020. And they've both shown some huge improvements, both in vanilla and rando.
Yeah, part of this tournament was to test like your adaptability to all the various settings that Very Randomizer has. So
Mm-hmm.
coming into this, like not everyone was super comfortable, but we've spent 8 weeks now trying out all the various modes. So runners have been improving over time.
Yeah. Oh, and we have the face cams. I would like to also say Seamo's beard has been improving over time. It's really growing quite nicely.
Excellent. Okay, so starting off, we have a Chozo seed. So we want to talk about Morph is on pedestal, and the missile item, which was a super missile today, was a Chozo statue. So we're gonna follow the logic on those Chozo statues.
No power bombs today, unfortunately. Or no power bombs here at the bottom, so we're not going to be able to check that first portal. Which means it can actually be stranded for quite a while. Not as much so in light area, but we could end up in a situation where we have to ask, is this wrecked ship or Turian? Yes, these are week 6 settings.
Yep, week 6 settings. So as I said, Sema got to pick the game 1 match. Kevnastics will pick the game 2 match, and then gate 3, if there is one, will be decided by bot, I think.
I believe that is correct, randomly rolling from the 5 remaining options. And there's some interesting strategy here in the playoffs, as whoever wins this will not be able to use their same pick in round 2.
Yep.
So yeah, people who are really gunning for some of those top spots are going to be strategizing even now. And there's an early space jump. That is really helpful. That can put a lot of checks in logic.
It's a great item to see. It doesn't unlock anything right now, so they're going to be forced to go to the right through the green door and then down the crab door, which is going to be gray in light area.
Yeah. And generally speaking, in this matchup, situations like this, where the seed is being very linear, there's only one option, are going to pretty heavily favor cemo, who has quite the movement advantage. Kevnastics, certainly no slouch on movement. However, cemo's movement is just incredibly tight. They do have, I think, a 45 any percent, but that's also like almost a year old at this point.
Yeah, we're already seeing cemo take a bit of a lead just in room-to-room movement.
Mm-hmm. All right, there's Greenbryn.
Yeah, so they don't have power bombs yet, but there's still a
Hmm.
lot that they can do. I think he can do most of the Greenbryn checks. Can't get into Charge Beam or Spore Spawn Supers.
Mm-hmm.
So routing a bit awkward at this point in time.
Yeah,
Which does make for a
it's
bit of an
interesting to
interesting
see.
seed.
Yeah, sorry. It's interesting to see cemo immediately go to the left without checking that portal first.
This is light area, so it has a bit of an idea of where that's going to be. Like one of these is
Mm-hmm.
going to be Red Tower, and the other is back to Criteria.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if cemo is safe scumming this or immediately rushing Spospo.
That would be fun to see. Immediate Spore Spawn.
Yeah.
Like it's still a good chance of running into power bombs just on your way through these other checks. For now, you do have to leave behind a lot of Green Star and a lot of Red Tower too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
It's the Spore Spawn.
interesting play. I mean, we still have all of early supers as an option.
So Spore Spawn being a Chozo would have to be either bombs or power bombs to get out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Chozo has maybe the most unique logic of any of the settings.
Yeah, like one that I like to think on is like what I just said, where there's either morph bombs or power bombs, and they between the two are going to unlock all the bomb blocks in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's Kev checking that portal you want to see, and it's Red Tower. So gonna get the alpha power bombs check.
Mm. Oh, also the runners have no way of accessing early supers checks. That's right. Because you need power bombs or speed.
Right, I forgot about that.
Spospo just has Spazer though. Meanwhile, Kevnastics has found high jump boots here.
In these seeds where you're lacking in power bombs, you gotta think about traversing every individual room.
Yeah.
Easy to miss something like that. I guess cemo like planned ahead. Like knew that there's a wall here. That's why you go to Spore Spawn. And now just gonna turn around.
Yeah, so Kev
Is that
potentially has
required Meridia?
Oh.
I feel like we've seen everything else.
I believe that is required.
Yeah, so you have to take those high jump through Meridia and take the big fall.
Yeah.
He's taking a save here. That's good though.
Yeah, because Kev doesn't know that this is required yet.
Yeah, so already very interesting seed. You don't get these all that often.
Yeah.
But the amount of backtracking gonna favor cemo a little bit. Oh no, Kev's going for it right away. It's even better. But they're on 0 E-tanks, so one crab hit is death. There's actually some plays you can make here. You could go up to the beach for that one check. You can check crab supers for the one check.
Yeah.
And they'd be looking for power bombs in a random location.
And what? You could do Mama Turtle here, but that's like, you have to do the dumb CWJ.
No, they got space jump for that.
Right.
But following logic, you go down this main area transition, and it's likely... Okay, you found the East Meridian, but the other one is going to be to Red Tower. So yeah, you go through to the map transition, and that'll take you to one of the other Red Tower doors. And you get to Spazer, but not X-Ray, and also some part of Upper Norfair. It's just a really interesting way that the sea can let you get around that power bomb door by making you go through Meridia.
Yeah.
And again, the crabs are gonna one-hit kill, and they're off-screen in this map room. A lot of them are. So kept taking it extra safe.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Losing 10 seconds is better than death.
Cemo actually out of ammo at this point, so you have to hop over the crabs and then hope to not run into a pink door or a green door immediately after. It's about 10 shots to kill a crab. So we got Upper Norfair. So this will be high jump, and don't have any E-tanks, so not Ice Beam yet. But there is that other area transition at the top. Also, we're seeing a lot of super packs, so Seed intentionally not giving them power bombs.
Alright, Kevnastics finds those bombs. Meanwhile, cemo gets plasma. Certainly a nice find. Not what they're looking for right now.
So they entered from Green Brinstar to this red tower. So there's going to be a criteria portal that's accessible. Unless it's the tube.
Yeah, and Kev has really nothing to do here but immediately dip back out.
Yep, had some slight branching there. But now they're kind of covering each other's plays again. We found front of Lore Norfair at the Crade Mouth. So this means back through Red Tower, where Kev's going to pick up that Plasma Beam and cemo getting Morph Bombs. I suppose they can get back to the Green Brinstar area by going all the way through Red Tower. And then they can use the Morph Bombs to get to the Brinstar Reserve area. So there's already a lot more checks opened up.
Yeah, Charge Beam as well.
Yeah. Bombs being the progression item. Just have to backtrack now to places they've already skipped. And we'll see how these transition layout works out for which checks are done in which order.
All right, so yeah, so criteria is tube then.
And then this will be both of them together on this red tower climb.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think with cemo having that extra information of not having to go check supposed, but ooh, nice down grab. That is super impressive with that wave.
Yeah, it's straight hard to do.
Yeah, but yeah, cemo's just a little bit ahead because they're not going to be checking Spospo supers.
And that was just Spazer, so I'm not going to go back for it. They were both saying in the race room that they wanted to play a simple seed to start off. We're getting a bit of a messy one here.
Yeah. Sometimes seeds like this can start out really messy and then you get pretty much all your progression after sort of that first roadblock, so we'll have to see.
It seems like it has a friendly layout from right now. So you'll get the charge beam and the reserve checks, and then you'll be back on criteria after the elevator ride and can clean up those checks right after, and then like, an idea where to go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that is an E-Tank at charge. In Chozo, the E-Tanks that are on Chozo statues specifically are relevant for the logic.
Yeah, kind of especially right now where we've already cleared out a good number of like not heated Chozo checks. That's really gonna inform us on where to go from here. I think it's either a suit here or E-Tank seeing criteria.
Ooh, very nice. So E-Tanks just stopped being relevant.
Yeah, Power Bomb's still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
But a bit of a decision point. You can go up to criteria since they are pretty close to it. Or go back down to Upper Norfair where big density of checks are.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're pretty much looking for power bombs, gravity, and charge. And then either ice or speed potentially, depending on the boss layout.
Yeah, chat reminded me that they actually have to go through Meridia again to get to Upper Norfair. They still can't get through that power bomb door.
Oh, right.
But that's the path Cemo's taking.
Yeah. Did cemo skip checking that portal entirely?
Yeah. Elevator rides are slow.
I guess that's true.
And light area, it's less important to know where every transition goes.
Mm-hmm.
But we are getting true divergence here. Which we're probably saying is what Kev wants.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say that. You know, as I understand it, we can't find gravity here, but ice beam would be huge, or speed. Honestly, even power bombs at this point.
Yeah, could still run into power bombs here. So 230 and Gauntlet are going to be the two Chozos. And then there's more area transitions, like one more that they can get to, that Kev can get to. So it's going to come down to how big the finds are. If it's just E-tanks, then those aren't going to be helpful. Seema's still not checking Crab Supers. Like, or any of these other checks for power bombs. Doesn't value them that much, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I get. Oh, yep, that's the wrong one. Maybe Simo's thought process is there are just very few Chozo statues left to find logical power bombs. But well, I don't know that necessarily makes sense when you know criteria is a thing. Maybe they're just assuming the power bomb drought will end.
Like, good chance you just run into some in Upper Norfair with how many minor checks are there.
Mm-hmm.
Plus all the connecting zones. Can get to Lower Norfair and Great's Lair. But we're seeing the Gauntlet play from Kev, which is a good play when you're looking for power bombs, I find.
Absolutely. That was interesting. I didn't know it was possible to be on the platform and have the bomb be far away enough it won't get the block.
I think that's like one of the puzzles in Redesign. Gotta be able to do that. Other ROM hacks too, probably. So simultaneous checks. There's our logical power bombs.
This could be really big for Kev.
It could be, but with the number of locations cemo can get to, I feel like there has to be some that are available. Oh, it does get a nice space jump ice escape into the shutter as planned. It looked good.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get that Mach Ball without Ice Beam.
Missile and super pack in the back. Pretty healthy super count at 30 each.
Yeah. At this point, our runners are equipped for every boss except Dragon. I mean, 2E Ridley with just Varia, it's a bit scary, but certainly both these runners are more than capable of it.
Being able to do 3 out of 4 and already being on criteria might be a reason to make a wreck ship play.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Kev's going to Upper Norfair too. It just has the more checks that you can get. It's that bottom right door of Red Tower. The only way in and out of Upper Norfair.
Yeah, that's probably, I think, one of the biggest things you have to get accustomed to if you're used to regular area, is that Norfair is effectively a closed loop.
Yeah, it's a big area. Upper Norfair, Lower Norfair, Crate, and Croc. It's all bottlenecked by that one Red Tower door.
Yeah, so pretty much any chance you get, if you can only do one pass through of the greater Norfair area, that helps a lot. You know, our runners are definitely capable of a lower Norfair play right now, but if Dragon's there, there's not really anything they can do.
Yeah, still need power bombs for that RBO Dragon escape.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see them stock up on equipment for now. Just one more check here at the wave beam location. But Seamo's still looking for power bombs and gets them
Oh,
into
there they
that
are.
reserve.
Immediately leaves.
Yeah, the reserve, it's 2 minors, but minors are not majors. So just going to leave. And this will be the wave beam check, which is going to be our last upper Norfair major. And then got to make decisions on like which boss you want to check first versus how many more majors to check before going to that boss.
Well, not the most exciting find.
Just an X-ray. So from here, Simo can go for Kraid's Lair, Lower Norfair, or Croc. Croc's gonna have one item. Kraid's Lair's gonna have a boss. And Lower Norfair has a boss and one item.
Mm-hmm.
And like you've been saying, they're set for any boss except for Dragon.
Yeah. I mean, here, you almost want to find a Kraid's Lair with Dragon, because that gives you full confidence to do LN. It looks like Cemo is just going to go for it and play the numbers game.
In terms of going for the boss kill.
Yeah.
On this low health, if you want the screw attack major, I feel like you go from the front. You know that's more out of the way.
Hmm. That helps.
Yeah, they're still like not on a safe amount of health.
Mm-hmm.
3 tanks and plasmas, fine for getting down. Getting out of Lord Norfair is a little harder without getting hit. But plasma's gonna help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. More supers.
Yeah, getting pretty close to not even needing charge anymore. But
Yeah,
having high super counts is also good for just killing Ridley and not needing to refill after.
yeah, absolutely.
And it appears Kev is following into this back of Lord Norfair entrance. Turning around though. Okay, so we know Semo's just gonna go down to the boss and try and fight whatever it is. But we can follow Kev and see what he's thinking here.
Mm-hmm.
A little undecided.
He's going back for it. When you're that far out and almost back to Bubble Mountain, like, I almost wish you would just go all the way through and take the Bubble Mountain save. Make a little bit of time back in the event that this is Dre.
Right. Like if this is Dre, then the run back's going to be huge time loss. I was wondering if he was worried about his health going through this, or if it was Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get our answer on the boss from Cemo's side.
And it's vanilla. That's about as good as it gets.
Yep. Now you're gonna know where Ridley is for the rest of the seed. Don't need to refarm supers before entering the room. That's something that you often see in these seeds. Or it's taking the time to refill when they didn't have to.
To answer chat, Dragon is beatable here, but you can't escape Dre's room since you don't have gravity suit. Oh, that's speed booster. Technically, and I would not advise anybody go for this, but technically would provide a way out of Dragon's room if you just stored up a spike suit beforehand and did the whole Dre fight without losing it. And Kev here is showing us nobody ever does this maze without Spring Ball.
But he has X-ray.
Yeah, I was about to say. That X-ray actually would be quite helpful here. Yeah, this is frustrating for Kev, I'm sure. Oh, and look at that, the power bombs of shame.
Yeah, this morph maze is mostly like jump morph and hold right.
Yeah, there we go.
Make it through. Okay, he's safe from here.
Mm-hmm. Which means that he will be able to have 15 power bombs in time for his Ridley fight. And Cemo skips the cool X-ray tech that is like a few frames faster than just bomb jumping.
Oh, is it faster?
I believe so. If you can do it, the inputs quickly enough.
Okay, so Cemo on these key hunters do 100 damage, so did want to refill a little bit of health manually, or else you get double hit and that'd be a death.
Yeah, I get to keep a little bit in the reserves in case of pause abuse on those 3 musketeers.
Yep, pause abuse, or if you have a small amount in reserve, then you can have your iframes not get you killed.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't have the health to do reverse amphitheater, so gonna exit out the back and take the time to kill these key hunters because it's safer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always get scared seeing that because that one key hunter loves to swoop down.
I find it's also really easy to like have a bad jump going through those 3. And if you do fall back down, then you're pretty dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I have died more times taking 2 hits on one key hunter than 1 hit each from 2 key hunters. Just because you get knocked back down and then it's kind of over. You can't maneuver anything. Nice second Kazan Kago there for Kev. Going for some microwave strats here.
This is pretty slow with just plasma.
It's fun though.
It is. A little more practical when you have the stronger beam.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get the job done. Wants to save on supers. It is Ridley here, so smart. Yeah, cemo is looking for the Kraid's Lair boss. And like hoping it's not Dragon. Then also Crocmire's down here, but Crocmire is logically behind a charge beam. And they don't have charge yet. So as far as we know, gravity won't be there until we find charge.
Yeah, it's also not entirely unreasonable to just skip Croc. Like, skipping items in Chozo can be really scary just because there are significantly fewer locations. But there are still quite a few locations left. And at this point, it's fairly unlikely that there will be any one, like, hard required item.
Just Cav picking up their speed booster.
Plasma.
Yeah, Plasma with Mini Kraid, bit of a funny combination. Fantoon though. Fantoon's good because you don't have to come back to Upper Norfair.
Yeah, this will also put Olive Wrecked Ship in logic, of course.
Yeah, with these settings, one thing you're looking for is if you can go through Meridia without gravity. And the items they have now, they can't really. So likely to see a wreck ship after this.
Alright, 2-round potential here for cemo. I believe they got 7 on the first phase, so you can even do an on-screen 2-round here. Oh. Just barely wasn't able to get that super in, and now Fantoon will be punishing cemo with a slow. Not a huge deal though. Generally, races for Randomizer do not come down to Fantoon times.
That they do not. So Kev actually didn't pick up that PB's a shame. So still on 10 power bombs.
Yeah, and with this health, I understand. This is a scary situation for Kev.
Likely to see the same, taking the time to kill the key hunters on the way out. But can't do that reverse amphitheater either. Most likely just gonna follow cemo once again.
Oh, Kev's really far out here.
You never expect the key hunter to drop, but that's when he gets you.
Oh. nice jump there from Kev.
Makes it through.
Yeah, normally people will like move to the right and then do an aim down jump over the key hunter, but Kev made it out.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Just make it out. We are seeing the croc fight. So the only item here is at the grapple beam location. That's cemo taking the time to go for it. We saw earlier on that there was divergence where Kev took time to clean up criteria and get those majors. And now cemo's spending time instead cleaning up Upper Norfair.
Nice spike suit. Doesn't really save you much time here, but Always cool to see.
Yeah, that's the main benefit. It's cool.
I've never seen the moonfall done that way with the unmorph into the down back. That was pretty neat.
Oh no. Made it.
Thankfully, yeah. Calculated.
Oh wow. Gravity
Yeah,
suit.
there we go.
So just pick up a bit more ammo and you're clear to finish the seed.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the number of opportunities for Kev to find divergence to put him back in this race are dwindling quickly.
Yeah, with this ammo, cemo doesn't need to go like far out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And any of the other majors don't really save enough time compared to charge.
Yeah, I mean, ice would still be really good to find here. But that's about it.
Yeah, cemo just hit a good path through the seed once they made it past the early game. Found that suit, and then immediately came down to Upper Norfair, which did end up having gravity. Plus all the super packs that were in this seed. Pretty high super count compared to the average seed, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So from here, the path is generally known since it's late area. You're going to go to West Meridia, and then the bottom of Main Street is your East Meridia entrance. Once you go through all of East Meridia, you'll be in Wreck Ship, and then Wreck Ship is going to end at Criteria, but they don't yet know where Torian is.
Yeah, I believe Turian is either moat or bottom of Retroprin.
Right, and they should, like, once they come out of Wreck Ship, then it'll just be the other one.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Simo wants one more super pack to be able to do Turian just refilling after breaking doors.
Yep. Probably wants a bit more comfy ammo, like just safety packs past that. Had a pretty good route through the seed, so probably feeling good.
One more power bomb pack would also be quite nice. With 10, you have to rely on drops to be able to do Turian in one go.
Yeah. Also need to see how many major items Simo decides to check from here out. Looking for Ice Beam.
Yeah, I would say probably behind Dragon, maybe right super. That's about it.
Yeah, behind Kraid too, maybe.
Oh, right. We still haven't fought Kraid.
Yeah. Going farther than that. Oh, actually gets the down back off that full halfie.
Very nice.
It need to be like the topmost pixel for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kev is going for screw attack, which is going to be a time sink and not lead to gravity.
Yeah. Could be charge, could be ice, but I don't think either of those pay for themselves. Ooh. Let's see if cemo can recover this. Nice.
Saved it. Picks up the grapple beam.
Always pick yeah, you always pick up grapple.
Yes, of course. Spring ball.
of all items.
Yes, you pick it up. I was wondering if there was a save before coming down here, in case you didn't want the item. But it looks like no.
Yeah, nice womple from cemo. That looked like it was like literally a pixel from bonking.
Oh, this is the route where Dragon's not dead, so you have to go the really long way through East
Oh
Meridian.
yeah.
Thankfully, they have gravity for this trip. It's still gonna feel long. And from where Kev is at, they know that Crocomire is in the area. But again, doesn't have charge beam, so may not want to make the check. Whereas Fantoon is dead, and so Wreck Ship is going to be open to having items.
Yeah, one convenient thing about this path for cemo, a couple of extra checks here. Cemo now only needs to break one door and then refill. I expect they will potentially break more doors ahead of time before the refill, just to give themselves a bit more leeway on the Mother Brain fight. But we'll have to see.
Probably check another miner or two for Power Bomb Pack as well.
Yeah. Maybe left super.
And then Moats on path.
Right.
We're actually getting the
yeah,
edge
to answer. Oh, nice. Yeah, to answer chat, all the entire series between cemo and Kevnastics will be played consecutively.
It's I think it's specifically in the rules, but at least encouraged to play the first two matches back to back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
But we're gonna get all three today.
Spo Supers here at X-Ray.
Just a helpful
Always,
Chozo
sometimes,
handing
never
out
check
supers.
X-Ray. Yeah. But yeah, cemo could potentially find charge here in Wrecked Ship if they check like right supers. Not necessary at this point, but it's a huge weight off your shoulders.
From what we know, they can get to the E-Tank and right supers, and since charge is here, I guess that'd only help us now. Steven doesn't care about charge.
Yeah. Oh, they probably
passing
care
by
about it a little bit.
E-Tank.
But yeah, I mean, there are so many Chozo statues cemo has not checked. It just statistically doesn't make sense. cemo?
You want that.
It's not. It's very unlikely to change the result at this point, but that power bomb pack would have been really nice. It's what I'm trying to remember the exact odds. I think it's somewhere around like 20 to 30% that you will be able to do Turian in one go with 10 power bombs.
That sounds about right. I feel like the way it's being played out, though, you do the first room and then always refill. Or maybe if you get a power bomb or two, you can say.
That makes sense. Also worth knowing, and I did make this mistake, and I believe my race against Kevnastics, actually. Turian refill is not a one-time thing. It works every time you leave. So you just have to go up the elevator and back down it.
Yeah, might be seeing that from cemo when the time comes.
And cemo is checking behind Dragon. I think that wave beam more than pays for itself.
It helps with baby skip mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, baby skip, also the room after baby makes it a little bit faster.
Well, in this room right here with the shock blocks.
Yeah, wave saves a deceptive amount of time. Okay, so he was going back for it. Just wanted to shop around first.
Yeah, fair enough. Could have found ice beam, then didn't need it.
It's true.
Still on 50-60 for now.
Yeah, Kev's gonna find that gravity in just a minute. Unfortunately, there's not much he can do here. And there's another powerbomb pack. And the final miner, another powerbomb pack. We found them all.
Yeah, it was there, right behind the orange door. Oh, there's still one more powerbomb wall to get through. Maybe that'll be the other last powerbomb pack.
Oh, that's true. Cemo? Has Cemo not made these checks yet?
No. Cemo didn't go up the elevator of Greenbrand.
Elevators are just so slow.
But Kev's eyeing the tracker. Playing these area randomizer modes. Runners have to build a tracker for the map so you don't get lost.
Yeah,
the map is shuffled.
If I recall correctly, Kev is actually one of our runners who uses a physical pen and paper tracker. That's why you see him leaning over to the side there a lot. You know, a lot of different solutions that people have come up with for tracking.
That's still being worked on. What's the best way to do it? It's like keeping it simple and compact is the trend.
Yeah, it's pretty unpopular, generally speaking, to track items on a map in Super Metroid. Unlike Link to the Past, there just aren't nearly as many item locations, and oftentimes you can get pretty much all of them in one go. That super missile pack is quite helpful.
Absolutely.
So now cemo does not have to refill at all. And we'll have a little bit to spare.
So there's that elevator refill for cemo. And gonna do the early power bomb strat where hitting the Rinkas also hits the Metroids in the room, but doesn't always work the way you want it to.
Yeah, there's some amount of nuance to this trick that I don't understand. And so you can end up in situations like that where you end up using 4 power bombs.
Thankful for the third power bomb pack, for sure. And then Metroid's 3 is the other room where you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
The long room. These ones more cooperative.
Yeah. As I understand it, it's not only when you hit the Rankas, it's not only that all the Metroids get damaged, but also Metroids that normally would not move off screen will. So they'll actually all come to you.
It's a little faster than optimal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it usually also saves health versus like grouping them up.
Alright. I'll be curious to see if cemo wants to take a refill here. Or, oh no, they have a reserve. They're not going to refill at all.
Yeah, from what we can see, cemo has room to like play extra careful.
Mm-hmm.
But matters more how they feel.
Yeah, and to answer chat, speed zap skip is a given with cemo. They are more than capable of it.
So we're getting one door refill and safety health.
Yeah, this is fine. It's just a little bit of time loss. Well, there's most of the benefit of getting that one door. Nice speed zap skip.
Well done. Like that's a trick you can be good at and still take a couple tries to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
One super into the glass. Yeah, I definitely like using supers on the Mother Brain 1 fight to get out of it faster.
Yeah, cemo still has somewhere around like 20 missiles they can miss.
Yeah, 5 super packs is a lot of safety. I mean, 5 missiles, not 5 packs. That'll be The brain 2 down for cemo, as Kevnastics picks up the 60-60 in ammo, so set to finish the seed with this. But ended on a pretty good loadout for a seed. Got high jump speed, plasma, pretty strong items for doing whatever you want, as well as build suits. Both of them going to Croc, even though they didn't have charge. A lot of people that would rather not do Croc.
Much to Chat's dismay, cemo comes back just with some water. Definitely a good idea. I mean, you get in Super Metroid, you get maybe at most a couple opportunities a year to have these 3 game sets. So like, a lot of people don't understand how draining they are.
Yeah, we're setting aside 4.5 hours for this.
Yeah.
Even for the grapple beam kill, I'm with the brain. Swag.
Yeah, I've absolutely done that before. Literally that exact scenario where like you're just messing around with the menu, then you walk away to get some water and forget that you're on grapple beam.
Makes for a lighthearted moment at the end of this seed, which can be pretty stressful going through the escape here.
Yeah, pretty standard escape here. Basically has a KPDR loadout.
Yeah, it's going to be 102 finish time. Generally pretty good. These settings, I think typically you'd want better, but the start was pretty messy, and so they lost a lot of time to that.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see speed kill for Dragon on Kevnastics side.
Nice. And a really nice parlor from cemo. Escape Parlor is an underrated room in my opinion. It's really hard to do correctly. And GG's to cemo, who finishes game 1 in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 33 seconds. GG.
GG to Cemo. Winning on your map pick, or your setting pick, is how you want it to play out. But now we're going to go over to Kevnastics' pick for game 2.
Yeah, and Kevnastics did forfeit. It's generally good practice if you're not in Turian, at least, to forfeit. I don't think it's an official rule, but it helps speed things along. And honestly, for these long sets, you want to play as little Super Metroid as you physically can.
Yeah. The only thing is you might not be watching the race room.
Right.
But it looks like Kev was.
Mm-hmm.
And get that forfeit. And they're still setting up for race 2 now. Taking a little bit of a break between races.
Yeah. Yeah, so there will be at least a 10-minute break in there.
So I feel like we'll be taking a break here as well as we get the next session set up.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna let credits roll and then go off, take a break for a bit. I highly recommend everyone in chat as well get up, stretch your legs, get some water, use the bathroom. You've got the time, so be sure to take care. Yeah, I'm curious to see what settings Kev will pick out, though.
Yeah, they were both fond of these Wix 6 settings.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see where he decides to go from here.
Looks like Ice Beam was at Wrecked Ship E, which was on path for cemo, but certainly skipping that is justified. Yeah. If cemo had checked just Wrecked Ship E, Ice would have paid for itself. But the odds of it being specifically at Wrecked Ship E, especially with only the knowledge that cemo had, were pretty low. Alright. Yep, so stream's gonna go down for now. We're gonna comms are gonna take a quick break as well, and with delay and all that happening, it'll probably be about 15 minutes maybe before we're back. However, this is quite exciting. When you come back, we will be racing week 4.